To order. The first item on the agenda is this afternoon is the invocation, after which we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm going to ask Supervisor Mr. Underwood if he would lead us in invocation.
I'll be glad to. Please stand. Most graciously, eternal God, our Father, once again we come before you, asking you to look over us this evening, oh Father, as we do the business of the county. Giving thanks to you again, oh Heavenly Father, how you blessed over us. Continue to bless us in spite of our faults. Ask you, Heavenly Father, to touch our minds and our hearts, enable us to do the best that we can. Continue, Heavenly Father, to bless our servicemen overseas, those in harm's way. Bless us all in a special way. All thanks, all blessing, we ask in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we move on, I want to say it's a pleasure to have our county administrator with us this evening, Mr. Charles Culley. He started May 1st, and this is his first board meeting, and it's good to have you, Mr. Culley, and we look forward to a great working relationship.
Glad to be here.
Are there any amendments to the agenda? There appears to be no amendments to the agenda. The next item on the agenda is going to be I'm moving the opening board comments to 7:30. Presentations and reports. The first presentation is a resolution of appreciation to Mr. Joe Brown for years of service on the Planning Commission. Is Mr. Brown here? I don't believe he is yet. He is. Okay, yeah, Mr. Brown, yes. I'm going to ask Mr. Taylor. He is the representative for the he was the representative for the Port Royal District, and Mr. Taylor appointed him to this position many years ago. And Mr. Taylor, I'm going to allow you to make this presentation this evening.
Thank you. While Mr. Brown is coming forth, I would like to just say we really do appreciate the service that you rendered, and certainly our county is far better off because of Mr. Brown's service. Thank you, Mr. Brown. I'd just like to read this resolution. It says a resolution of appreciation for Joseph Brown's service from the Carlisle County Planning Commission. Whereas Joseph Brown served on the Carlisle County Planning Commission from October 2004 to October 2011. And whereas Mr. Brown served as the Planning Commission representative for the Port Royal District, and whereas Mr. Brown's perspective was a significant positive contribution to the Planning Commission in its consideration of land use and zoning issues. And whereas his dedication as a public servant to the Planning Commission in Carlisle County will be greatly missed, and whereas the Board of Supervisors desires to express its appreciation to Mr. Brown for his service. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Carlisle County Board of Supervisors does hereby express its sincere appreciation and gratitude to Joseph Brown for his efforts on behalf of Carlisle County and its citizens, and extends best wishes for continued success in future endeavors. Adopted this 8th day of May, 2012, signed by the clerk of the board and the chairman, Wayne A.
Thank you, Mr. Brown, for being here this evening, and thank you for your service on the Planning Commission. The next item on the agenda under presentations reports is the Treasurer's Report. Mrs. Curran, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Good evening, Mr. Akers and fellow board members. Mr. Cully, welcome. You all have in your packets the balance sheet as of March 31st and a third quarter revenue report. On the balance sheet, it gives you the cash balances that are in the various accounts, some of them with fiscal agents for the bond that we're doing for construction. The receivables by category. And I think one of the notable is on 2011 personal property. Without us having the sale of the decal, that the 2011 personal property taxes that are yet to be collected at March 31st are a little over $1 million. So that's where we're focusing our attention on now as far as DMV stops and income tax collections and things like that. The last page of the balance sheet shows the fund balances, so you can see what the different funds have. General fund was $5,477,000, but that includes the RAND that will have to be paid back at the end of June, so that's a little misleading. As far as the revenue summary, looking at the real estate taxes, they're slightly above last year's collections. Personal property, again, is down at March 31st, but the two have kind of offset so that the overall tax picture is a slight increase over last year. We have, we're preparing to do a mass mailing in July after we get through the first half of